kind of half marketing, half technology. This question is, I don't want to use a regular review link for my Google My Business. I want to stop people from leaving one-star reviews and only let high people that want to leave good reviews in through the link. Can I do that? And I'll take this one because this is something that I've researched a lot recently. So there's something called review. What this is referring to is specifically review gating, which it has in the past been pretty popular, where basically you create a new link to send people for reviews. And when they click that link, they get presented with some stars. And if they clicked a 5-star rating, it sends them to leave a review on Google or wherever you want them to leave the review. And if they select like less than 3 stars, like 2 stars or 1 star, then it just presents something that they can fill out, like a feedback form to send like their complaint in, but it never goes to those public review sites. And on paper, this might seem like a great idea because you can filter out those 1-star reviews. You can get them to give feedback so that it goes to your team, and then you can try to fix it. But this is actually, it is considered review gating, and it's considered, regardless of what any of us believe personally, Google and most of the other review sites consider this to be both unethical and against their terms of service. So if you use a review gating system like that, and a complaint gets lodged with Google, you can have your entire Google My Business profile shut down or suspended due to review gating. It's actually something they will list it. They will say, due to review gating, your account has been suspended. Or if they even tell you that, but if you go and ask them why it was suspended, they'll tell you it's because of review gatings. And and I don't know if Jonah, do you have any other insights on that? Like, have you ever experienced this before, or?
Yeah, so I've used a program in the past called Bird Eye Reviews, and they did exactly that. I mean, if somebody's upset, they're going to go and leave a bad review. There's not anything you can control about that. Um, I know I've seen a lot of people pick and choose. Like they say, this list of jobs we want to send a review request to. I don't know if that necessarily violates the policy. I'm not a Google My Business expert in that sense, but picking and choosing who you want to request that review from is something I've seen in the past that works. Um, it's just like don't poke the bear type of methodology. Um, I know a lot of people that still do this, and I have seen people lose their Google business profiles, and that's something that you're probably not going to be able to get back. And if you do, it's going to take months.
Yeah, it's just not worth it. So based on all the research that I've seen, it is, if you're going to request someone leave a review in your process, you have to treat whether they're happy or unhappy, regardless of what kind of review they want to leave. You have to treat them all the same and send them to the same place. But before that, if you want to pick and choose who you ask to leave a review, that's not a problem. So if you know someone's unhappy, you don't have to ask them for a review, or put them into a review campaign through any system, whether it be ProLine or something else. You don't have to do that. But once you start asking someone for a review, it's really important to give them all equal treatment. Go ahead. What did you say? Or did you have something, Scott?
I'd like to take a minute for story time here because this is literally I was texting you about it. Was it yesterday?
I think it was yesterday or the day
I think it was
before.
yesterday.
Yeah.
Guys, if you're using an automation type software, hopefully it's ProLine, right? But if you're using any kind of automation type software to ask for reviews, turn off the assholes. Like if people are mean and they're just not nice people, don't send them automated review response follow up. We had a customer that literally, when we were changing out sheeting on his roof, the guy went and got a micrometer out and got up on the roof to put a mic on his sheeting on his roof versus the sheeting we were installing. Mind you, it was the same thickness. I mean, if anybody's familiar with a mic or OSB, either one, you could measure that in 10 different areas and come up with 10 different measurements, right? So it was right, but he wouldn't accept it. So anyhow, long story short, I mean, what a nightmare of a human being this guy was. And sure as shit, my sales guy forgot to turn off his automations, and that son of a bitch got review follow up. and left us a 1-star review. And like, there was really nothing. The job went good. That he literally paid the bill the day we finished. I mean, he was happy enough. I tell you what actually pissed him off was that he kept getting these review follow-ups. He was just a nasty man. Like, he's just not a nice person. You know what I mean? And it's like, instead of just texting us say, hey, please leave me alone, I'd rather you not continue to message me. He just instead leaves 1-star review. So it's like, definitely keep in mind, if you get somebody that's just not a nice person, you should probably turn that automation off for that person.
Yeah. And in ProLine, we have it where you can put that, at least it depends on how your account's set up, but we by default have a blacklist tag set up that you can put on a project. And then that will usually stop it, the way ProLine is set up by default, from going to getting those reviews. The other thing that we do is, because we do have, it's not review gating. What we do though is when the user gets to that screen with the stars, if they pick less than a 3-star review, we alert everybody on the ProLine team that's an admin that, hey, this person may be unhappy. We still send them to Google or whatever other endpoint you want for them to leave the review, because otherwise it would be review gating if we didn't. But we do alert everyone, all the admins on the team, as well as the sales rep assigned to that project, if someone leaves the low star like that, just so that there's some sort of warning. It's like, hey, like, you might have a chance if you give someone a call right now to keep this from being a 1-star review. You might, if you call them, you say, hey, just wanted to make sure everything was good, and whether there's anything we can do to help. That you may be able to stop a 1-star review, and that's not considered review gating. That's just a heads up.
And what ProLine does in that situation saved us from it hitting our Google.
Oh, did it? You were able to save it?
It never made it to Google. Josh called right now, handled it, got it taken care of. And like I said, the guy had really no issue with Rainstopper's installation of the project.
Nice.
He just wasn't a nice guy. And that's how he felt to handle the situation. We got that shut down before it hit our Google. So yeah, what ProLine does in that situation works.
Nice. That is good to hear.